Hey folks, I'm Joshy from Future Human Art, and I'm here to take you through an exhibit today called January Pink, which I've created on JPG.space. The theme for January Pink came about because I was looking at my portfolio of all the NFTs I've collected, most of these in January 2023, and I noticed a lot of pink. So I thought, let's make a January Pink exhibition. Maybe we'll find some other themes that connect artworks besides the color pink. The first artwork is XToadz. So this is a PFP. I'm going to click into this, and on JPEG Space, you'll see there's a link to OpenSea in the details here. Here's the artwork on OpenSea, and I'm going to click into the project. And down here in the details, it says the most vibe crossover ever inspired by Cryptodes and Xcopy art. Well, you might be wondering, what is Cryptodes and what is Xcopy art? Let's start with Xcopy. Xcopy is one of the most famous OG glitch artists from the world of internet art. So when you start to look at NFTs, you're going to come across Xcopy. Cryptodes is a PFP project, and it's made by a very famous artist, Gremplin and team. And what we have here is the mashup, which is using Xcopy styled art on top of the Cryptodes. So how can Lavelette, the artist here, create these? Well, the neat thing is that Cryptodes and Xcopy are CC0 projects, meaning that there's no copyright. So anyone can take them and create something new with them, which is exactly what Lavelette's done here. And personally, I find the Cryptodes project, even though it is interesting, it's a little bit just simple with the toads, and they take on a new life with the Xcopy faces that have been put on top of them and the Xcopy style treatment on the backgrounds. All right, let's go back to our exhibit and we'll go to the next image. So this is a Staxx Invader by the artist Stackels. Stackels is an amazing female who has put together a big team to support the Staxx Invaders universe. And what I find so inspiring about Stackels is how professional she is in her approach to creating this universe of Staxx Invaders. This particular Staxx Invader, 6694, I like because of the pink wings, and there's something so innocent about the pink wings, and at the same time something maybe not so innocent with the treatment of the little invader's body here, where this invader's been through something, obviously. So there's a nice juxtaposition of that shown in the aesthetic here. So I'm definitely watching Stackels in the Staxx Invader universe unfold. Lilly Illo created this Winter Women project, which are a collection of digital portraits. And if you click into the URL here where she has these portraits, you can see that all the women in these portraits have resolve in their eyes. And there's also kind of like a branding of Lilly Illo's, I guess, where she puts these kind of like makeup patches on their faces. And there's this tribal look to these women with the face paint, and also an element of fashion photography with the blowing hair. And ultimately, you see the artist in these because when you hear Lilly Illo speak, you hear the gravitas in her way of being to create this artwork where she's continually refining her practice and finding new ways to express herself and her feminine power in the world of very masculine crypto bros. Here's artist Choen. She doesn't explicitly say it, but I think this is a self-portrait. In fact, you can see the artist's signature right here on the neck and the QR code. And Choen is a very driven artist who also, like Lilly Illo, is continually refining her work, playing with gender, and certainly experimenting with how to represent the technology that we've already ingrained into our bodies. And even though this looks futuristic, I would say that it's a self-portrait of the present moment. If you think about the digital artist who's sitting in front of the computer using the technology all day long, you can imagine this is not too far from reality. You also see a little bird here, and she often includes these bugs, which she says is the bug in the machine. Every time you look at Choen Twitter profile, you're going to find something new, and you'll be able to find something that suits your taste. This next artwork is the Lost Bear project, and it's not created by a woman, but it is pink, and I did find it recently, so I've included it. And the thing that's really cool about this particular bear is that Lost Bear 3050 is one of the more normal looking bears in the collection. Many of these bears are very trippy looking, but I like this particular one because of the way it includes a papered over emoji face on top of the bear, kind of merging together our fascination with cuteness, and our facility to use emojis that represent feelings that may not always be genuine. If psychedelic art is not your thing, then the Lost Bears project may not be that appealing, but there are definitely some bears in there that are not that trippy that have very interesting characteristics. If you are into psychedelia, you're going to love it. Okay, so here's an artwork that was minted on art blocks by artist Brad Damico, and I've included it here because there's lots of pink in it. Not all of the artworks in this collection or this project are pink, but it's definitely in the color palette, and it's called Ode to Roy. Obviously, this is inspired by the pop art movement, and the reason why it's so interesting is because when you look at this project, it fits the canon of pop art so well because there were hundreds of these created from the art blocks minting contract. Basically, when the drop happened, everyone started minting like crazy, and all of these artworks were made within a few minutes. And when you think about what pop art is doing, it's critiquing mass production and it's also using it at the same time to create something that's beautiful. And I see in here these landscapes, tapestries, textiles, sometimes unexpected combinations of colors and shapes, and sometimes iconic branding. So definitely check out the Ode to Roy. Here's another pink artwork by artist OX Haiku, and this is a conceptual piece. This artwork is quote unquote printed when it's minted, and the price paid in Ethereum is voluntary. The only rule is that it cannot be the same amount as the last person who minted. This particular artwork was minted at 0.0162 Ethereum with a transaction fee here included for gas, for a total of 0.02 Ethereum. Oddly enough, if you look at the details here, someone did sell this to me for 0.009 Ethereum, making it significantly less than what it was minted for. Thank you very much. So thank you for listening to my presentation about pink NFTs in January. We explored a couple PFP projects, some pop art, conceptual art, and of course we explored the theme of femininity and women in the Web3 space.